Greetings for the long-term imagined years. Tiki here.
And Jacob Weil.
And Gamima Monkey.
And see how I glitter. All right.
No one glitters like gum gold.
No one glitters like glum gold.
Does a flitter like glum gold, or is superimposed on the shitter like glum gold? My apologies.
All right, folks. We are talking about DuckTales. Happy birthday, Doofus Drake.
With apologies to Howard Ashman.
Oh God. Yeah. Yes. Very much so. Oh man. So yeah, Monkey, you are joining us. You only join us when you really, really like the episodes, I'm assuming. So,
or it's for particular episodes, I guess.
Sure. But what did you think of this one, Monkey? Is there any particular reason why you decided to come on for this?
Yeah, there is, because I guess to add a little variety to our panelist lineup here, because so I remember like you guys not being super enthused about Doofus Drake in this series, whereas I, on the other hand, have really enjoyed him. So
I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy him; it's just that the episodes he's been in haven't been that great.
Okay.
I mean, he's interesting as a concept. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I find just generally with him that it's just so bizarre. It makes me laugh.
I mean, although I will admit this is definitely better than the episode he first appeared in. In my personal opinion, at least.
But yeah, this isn't like, maybe objectively, like, say, perhaps the episode that aired yesterday is the strongest of the ones we've gotten this week, maybe, but this is probably one of my favorite ones out of the four. Like, definitely top two, at least. Like, top two of the ones this week, to be clear.
I've only seen this one and the first one, so I'm not up to speed on those yet.
Yeah.
We got Pink Pearl in the comments. Hey there, Pink Pearl. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah,
nice to see you joining us. Yeah, you know what? I think I enjoy Doofus. I'm kind of with Jacob where I haven't particularly liked his episodes thus far. I do think this is probably the best Doofus episode so far. And I do think he is kind of like a very radical departure from the show, for better or for worse.
And full disclosure, I'm not that familiar with the 80s version.
The 80s version, he's basically like their dorky sidekick friend.
Yeah, another woodchuck.
Yeah, exactly. He's a junior woodchuck, yeah.
Yeah, to my understanding, they remade him this way because...
because he was like one of the few characters the producers really didn't like even in the original show.
Yeah, that.
Well, I'm curious to see how, well, no, never mind. Spoilers, Rob, I'm sorry. You haven't seen trailers or anything, so... Alright. So, I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode was good. I'm not in love with it. I mean, I think maybe it had a little bit too much crammed into it. Like, I guess the prime example here is it's nice to see Della again, for sure. Nice to see her having some bonding time with Huey.
I mean,
and that was some fun, some fun parody of, mobile games and kind of the mundanity of mobile games.
And then Dragon Ball.
Right.
Yeah. And
his power level, it's over 9,000. Of course the show would go there.
Yeah, I mean...
But then, like, they draw him like a Super Saiyan, which makes the joke feel complete, like, okay, there we go. That completes it. That completes the circle.
It was a fun side story. I just honestly, I thought that the stuff at the mansion was so good that I kind of wish that it was the whole episode. that's really the only critique of this episode I have,
Yeah,
and
maybe
that's
that should have been its own episode, because
Yeah,
I do kind of feel like the whole Huey Della subplot felt a bit superfluous.
yeah,
Superfluous, however you say it.
it's superfluous.
Okay.
superfluous.
Sorry.
Superfluous!
But it's like and that's something that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Diggy, but that's something we pretty much keep, as much as we love this show, that's something we keep saying. It's like sometimes when they like have two plots in an episode, it's like they could be like two full episodes on their own.
Yeah.
I mean, we've noticed that with several of these episodes.
No, you're right, and I think especially with this mansion thing, which is a weird cross between like Clue and fucking Willy Wonka, of all things. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The stuff that we get is great, especially with Glomgold. Glomgold and the puppet is just.
I think Glomgold almost saves this episode in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even go as far as to say he saves this episode, because I think this episode does have a lot going for it.
I mean,
I'm more
he's a great
optimistic about
touch.
this episode.
I mean, he definitely helps.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think my favorite gag in this thing has to be when he's making it speak from underwater. Like, you know where it's going, but then, like, just the sound of it, it's cracks you up.
And then he proceeds to get into an argument with it.
Get off my back, Dad!
I love how,
terrible Scottish
especially
accent,
when it
but-
speaks, how unfocused its eyes are.
Oh god.
I mean, I won't deny, maybe this could be a Doofus thing in general, but I do find that it's, you know, some of the humor with his stuff doesn't have quite as much an impact on the second time, but I guess that's comedy. Like,
Yeah,
what,
are
the
you
first time you
referring to,
see it,
like,
it's
maybe
going to
the
have more
parents?
impact? Huh?
Are you referring to the parents?
No, I mean just some of the general gags and such, like, I don't know, the not full of hair thing on the cake. I don't know. Still nice stuff, but, you know. But then again, you know, you're not discovering them anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. I do think the strongest part of Doofus is the parents, though, because I think they are kind of like, you know, pretty good, like, psychological horror comedy.
Oh, yeah. and they get some growth in this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, his parents are actually voiced by a real life husband and wife voice acting couple.
Aw.
Let's see. So I guess the heart of this episode really is Goldie and Louie,
Yeah, we
because
finally get to that.
Yeah, we've been waiting to see that pay off. First of all, I like how cordial Scrooge is about the whole thing.
It's like it's almost like he's been there. You know,
Yeah, he's pretty kind about it in that final scene.
Mhm.
and he offers a bit of optimism too. That like
Yeah.
maybe she got too close too.
Yeah, and I like how Louis doesn't like really treat it as him backstabbing Scrooge as much as he might want to play that up in his head, you know, in his like own running headcanon narrative. Although that's more of a Dewey thing to do. But you know, I like how it's more of a business opportunity, and he stresses that to Scrooge.
And Scrooge, I think Scrooge respects it. It seems like Scrooge respects that much.
Yeah.
So I guess I expected this whole Louis and Goldie arc to stretch over more episodes, but it's still some side stuff here.
Yeah, and I don't think we're done with Do you think we're done with it?
Maybe not quite done, but it felt like a lot of it was accomplished in this one.
I mean, I will say it seemed like there were more high stakes involved with it with Scrooge, and they kind of a little bit. And like I said, they did it in a good way. Like I'm happy with the way Scrooge would be fine with it. But I'm just saying the way that they made it a big cliffhanger, it's like, oh my god, he's you know, big backstab on Louis' end.
So, anyone else want Doofus Strike Pinball? Maybe they...
He's a pinball wizard that has to be a twist.
Yeah, I guess they could put it in Toontown.
Oh my god. Dude, just give me more pinball machines at Disneyland in general, Rob.
Yeah, hell, just
Just
more.
like what, Rob? Could you imagine like just one hidden pinball machine per land at Disneyland?
Hell, not just Disneyland, just more pinball in general.
I can second that. I concur.
We need more. We need more pinball.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Willy Wonka angle this episode has?
That was a good twist. A nice twist. It felt right. Felt like, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, I mean, it kind of... It felt like something Doofus would do. Gimme, mama.
So if... I'm just picturing, like, I'm just seeing Doofus as the type of Willy Wonka who has kids dismembered by squirrels.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Doofus would be like the, let's just say if Willy Wonka is God, then Doofus would be the bad god.
Yeah.
He'd be the evil god.
Yeah. Like, I was just when you talked Wonka earlier, I was picturing him as the Johnny Depp Wonka, but now, you know what, let's say let's make him a cross between the Depp one and the Broadway one.
Yeah, why is it that I'm not having a lot to say about these episodes, guys? Is that a problem? Is that a problem that there's just not a ton to talk about with some of these? Is that like a general, like, is the pace of the show slowing down?
Or maybe
to get into more broad concepts?
I think there's only so many ways to say, yeah, this was good. To say stuff about things. Oh, here's something we haven't brought up yet. Mark Beeks is back.
Oh yeah.
And he has his Boyd.
Yeah. I assumed at first he just got a child actor or someone.
That's what I assumed too.
I mean, I was kind of included. That's kind of. I mean, I've never at first, but when the first time they go through the pictures and they had all the same expressions, I was like, he must be a robot because technology is Mark Beeks' thing. He wouldn't really go out of his. I didn't think he'd go. I never even thought about being a child actor because I don't think he'd go out of his way to hire one. He'd just build one.
Like, I'd assumed that all of those pictures were just shot in some room at Waddle headquarters. I don't know.
Either that it was a child actor and he just photoshopped everything.
Gotta love that. Where's the baby pictures? Like, there's no way Beeks wouldn't have taken advantage of that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty interesting way to discover Boyd's true intentions, and I like how they brought him back for the end.
Yeah. I can transfer half of Gamimama's inheritance from Doofus into my account.
At least Doofus finally got his comeuppance.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some growth from the parents this time.
Yep. They finally ground Doofus.
Yeah.
And they adopt a robot son.
So are we going to see this? Of course, I don't know if they've shown up in trailers at all, but are we going to see this family again at all in the season?
I have no idea.
Like, I don't know. Somehow they'll get tied up with the moon issue. I don't know.
Well, I think that, like, the moon issue is going to become a thing where most of the main cast is going to have to come together.
Yeah, they kind of suggested that when they found the map, the secret war room last episode.
Right. So I think if anything, we'll see Doofus in the finale.
Yeah, even if it's just a cameo.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, I want to maybe let's do some armchair imagineering here on Pink Pearl's behalf. Pink Pearl says, "Replace Dinoland with Duckburg. Go." What do you guys got?
I guess So I guess this would be so like keep dinosaur, but give it a DuckTales theme so that it becomes a mix of it becomes a comedy horror ride.
So basically, be like a time travel ride with, maybe Glom Gold has the time travel vehicles, but they're super faulty.
I was thinking, I don't know, McDuck and the Scrooge and the kids were going on a time expedition, and you contrasted with all the scary dinosaurs.
And you could use and then the basis could be Gyro's time machine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, of course, Gyro's time machine. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Would we? You know what? I propose let's just screw Dinorama, Chester and Hester's. Let's just bulldoze over that and build a flying dark ride themed to Launchpad McQuack.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Crash.
Basically like an extreme version of Peter Pan's Flight. So it's kind of like a mix between Peter Pan's Flight and a flying roller coaster.
You're going to crash.
So maybe like a bit more elaborate than E.T. or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like
a wilder
probably a similar scale to E.T., but like with a few drops, maybe a launch or something.
A launch and a launch pad ride?
Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. We're about to crash.
Yeah. And he plays the Darkwing Duck theme song at some point.
Maybe they can use one of those drop tracks for the actual crash itself.
Yeah. Or maybe this could be their equivalent of the Avengers Quinjet ride.
Yeah. All right.
What if there was like a whole Duckburg themed land?
I'm just picturing Launchpad going to Wakanda.
Oh God.
I mean, you'd get the same result if he went to Gummy Glen, but not in this scenario.
But I kind of like thinking of like a Duckburg themed land with the money bin being like this big centerpiece.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of the pacing, Pink Pearl just makes us point. We are nearing the end of the season. It may be slowing down for a bit before the finale. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad point. I just tend to feel like a little bit of a lack of. I don't think I don't think the writing is as sharp just on a general level. I don't know. I could be totally off with this. Honestly, I think that I'd like
not sharper than the Sharpies.
Right. I think I appreciate the last episode, Whatever Happened to Donald Duck, a bit more than this one, just because that one was a little bit more consistent with the story, and it had like the great conceit of like Donald Duck with his mouth ironed shut. I mean, that alone is just like kind of makes that episode worth the price of admission. This I felt maybe was a little bit too all over the place. Like we said, we had the stuff with Doofus, we had the arc with the parents, we had the stuff with Huey and Della. It really, I feel like this episode was just maybe stretched too thin, and that was kind of the big problem with it.
I think the main problem is like the themes of each plot felt disconnected from each other. Like because usually when there's like these two separate plots, they at least have some connecting thread to them.
Yeah, you just get one line that ties the Huey and Louie plots together or something. So.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue.
I mean, it just felt like they just like wrote this and they felt like, oh, we need something to fill out the remaining 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how I'm trying to get this episode to 22 minutes.
Let's see. There's a video game reference I was thinking of making. So.
Shh, go ahead.
Okay, I just picture like I don't know, something like out of Beyond Two Souls, where like I don't know, Doofus is able to get a hold of Gamimama's spirit, and she's all like, just please let me go.
Gamimama.
Beyond Two Souls?
It's a PS4. It's a PS3 visual, like a interactive novel game.
Huh. Okay.
What's her Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe?
Oh, gotcha.
It's basically like it's almost like an interactive movie almost.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Come me, mama. Do 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 do.
Give me my do.
Come me, mama.
Me, mama. Do 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 do.
Do you guys want to hype up the upcoming trip for 2 minutes?
Maybe.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Jacob, how excited are you to go to California in about a week? Like a little over a week.
Not excited as I am for Chippendale's Treehouse.
Well, I mean, Chippendale's Treehouse is like better than the whole of California. I mean, let's face it. I mean, nowhere else in California can you both go upstairs and downstairs.
Of course.
You know, there's only one of it in the world.
There's probably a reason for that. But
so the three of us are going to be doing 2 things together as a unit. We're going to be doing the Disneyland Meetup Day, where we'll also be meeting up with Mandy and Reith in the morning and in the evening of that day.
Woohoo!
That's going to be super exciting. Stoked for that. But then the thing that I'm most stoked for in the whole trip, just because I don't get a chance to go here that often, is Magic Mountain. We're going to have to wake up at basically, let me check my clock here. The ass crack of dawn.
Like 6
to drive down there to get the rope drop, because we got a rope drop.
Yeah.
Right, guys? We're going to fucking rope drop, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make it for rope drop.
Yeah. And we just have to decide what to rope drop.
X2, I thought we already established
Oh,
that.
had we? Oh.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay. So
yeah, we're gonna rope drop X2 and then
Magic. And of course, we're gonna see the only thing that comes even a smidgen close to Chippendale's Treehouse.
What, Green Lantern?
The M&M stairs.
Oh yeah, of course. And Magic Mountain has. I'm not even fucking exaggerating here. Magic Mountain has epic M&M stairs. Because I believe their M&M stairs are the stairs that go up to Samurai Summit, and that's a long climb. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited for that 3-hour drive up there because I honestly kind of love long drives to places I'm excited to go. It kind of builds up the anticipation.
Yeah, I've been considering a playlist.
Of course you have.
I might just bring something along to entertain myself, or maybe even sleep a bit if I'm still tired. Because that's the day after I arrive in California.
Yes, it is the day after you arrive.
Yeah, and you two are doing
after flying for almost 7 hours, and a whole 9-hour trip.
Yeah, and the thing is that when Jacob comes in, he's gonna be like an hour or two short of being able to check into his hotel. So he's gonna basically have no choice but to go to Knott's.
Yeah.
But what we figure on doing that day at Knott's is we figure just doing I'm basically just hopefully going to get him on Ghost Rider if Ghost Rider's not a ridiculous wait. And then just kind of, get him on all the main coasters, Hang Time, Montezuma, Accelerator, and basically just kind of prep him up for Magic Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
But then on Thursday when we do Knott's again, before you and I go to Little Shop, Rob.
Oh,
excited for that as well.
I wish I could go to that.
But that Thursday we're going to essentially I'm going to make it the Calico History Day, Rob. I'm going to essentially I'm going to essentially give him the Grand Calico tour. It's going to be much more focused on like the kind of showing him all the ins and outs of the actual historical part of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday we're doing Scary Farm, and the big new maze is the Haunted Calico maze. So I figure that's a big kind of like 3-act build-up. Act 1, the coasters. Yeah. Act 2, the history. Act 3, Scary Farm with the historical maze.
Dude, guys, Scary Farm, there's no fucking way it's gonna be scarier than blanking on the name. Duckworth's Ghost.
I mean, I think you're right. I mean, Duckworth's Ghost, just like you just want to, just pray for your soul after you encounter Duckworth's
Actually,
ghost.
just now that I've mentioned his name, my soul is dead.
Brain bleach. Get the brain bleach.
I think we need to get some holy water, guys. All right. So,
Duckworth's ghost.
the power of Duckworth's ghost compels you. The power of Duckworth's ghost compels you.
Are we trying to get rid of Duckworth's ghost?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so which of the three? So would it be Webby who gets possessed?
Probably.
Oh god.
Pea soup,
The
and it gets all on Louie.
Oh jeez.
The Ducksorcist.
What would a maze based on Duckworth's ghost be like?
It's too terrifying to even imagine.
Jacob, that was a trick question, and you got the trick. Have a good night, everyone.
See how I